Matt here with the Christmas guys to do a professional Christmas light installation, how to decorate an evergreen bush. Some might call this a tree, I call it a bush. First thing you want to do is always just test your lights so you know what you're up against. It's a little hard in the bright sun. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but these lights, this strand is all good. It is working, theoretically. So let's see if we can test another one. And again, we always test all the lights just to make sure they're all working. Yeah, and those ones work too. There you can see them in the shade there. They're working, they're on. And then, yeah. So once you test all of them, I'm going to go ahead and test them now. You don't have to watch me test all of them, but all right. And then when you want to start decorating, we like to do a little safety swoop on the extension cord, just to make sure that it stays put. We're using some C9 type lights here, and you want to start at the bottom somewhere and just start laying them. And as you go, what works the best is you kind of get them on the tree or the bush so they're not falling off, and then you can always go back through and reposition them to make it have the look that you're looking for. I obviously plugged in the wrong set of lights here. This brings up the good point of with Christmas light tangles, when you do have them, just to very gently pull them apart, because if you put them away correctly at the end of the year, they're actually just getting stuck on each other, really. It's not a full-blown tangle. So if you just lightly, again, you're just separating. These bulbs have these little clips and stuff on them, so sometimes they get stuck on each other and on the wires. We're actually using a really long run here. Okay, there's the end. With C9s, when you're decorating, you don't have to do a full tight wrap on your hands to hold the lights, because C9s are just larger and it's easier and less tangles if you do a larger swoop with them. Alright, once you're good to go and you're going to walk around the tree, just choose the direction that you'd want to go. It does not matter if it's counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever you're feeling. And again, the first time you go around, you're going to set them in the tree a little bit on the bottom to make sure they're going to hang. And you just want to go all the way around the tree. I like to do it about 1 1/4, 1.5 times. So at the very front, where you first start your wrap, you have 2 passes going by that you can kind of look at to judge your spacing and how you want it. So once I get to that point, here I have 2 strands in the front. It's obviously a little harder to see in the daylight. At nighttime they all shine fine through. So here's the bottom and here's the second. You know, that's about an 8-inch gap. So this is where you have to choose how dense you want your tree. A really nice dense is about a hand width, or about 7 inches apart. You don't have to be perfect all the way around with 7 inches if you're going for the, a nice dense tree, but you want to be close to it all the way around to give it uniformity. You can do, if you want it less dense, obviously go about 10 inches or even 12 if you want. And if you want to do like a super saturation, I would probably recommend mini lights, but you can do it with the C9 type bulbs. And you want to do maybe 5 or 4-inch gaps. So that's all you do, and then you just keep going around the tree, getting some strands on. And again, once you get that first couple set up where you know you want them, I like to hold my hand down and kind of just feed the lights through and put it wherever I think it should go. And you do this with time, you get a little bit better. Each tree is a little different, obviously. And again, so I've got a couple on there now, a couple wraps going around the tree. You want to take a step back and make sure. Obviously, this is a huge gap right here compared to right down here. This one I'm actually going to move up a little bit. It's a little too close for what I want. And then I'm going to move this one down a little bit. So it's easy once they're up on the tree to just reposition them, as long as you haven't done a whole bunch. If you've already done a whole bunch of wraps, it's not easy to reposition them where you want them. So every couple times you want to go around and then move down. Again, once they're on, you know, the tree like this is going to grab it, so you can just scooch it down, and right there is perfect for what I'm looking for in this evergreen. And then you just continue this process all the way up, one strand at a time. When we connect the second strand of lights, well, and every strand of lights going forward, you're going to want to piggyback them with LED. You can do an obscene amount of lights end to end with incandescent, anywhere from 3 to 7 depending on the type of lights. So what I'm doing here is doing a wrap, maybe another one, so 2 wraps. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. You want to be careful you don't rip this wire out when you're doing that. And then, so this way they won't come in, disconnected while you're decorating or throughout the year. So sometimes when you're decorating, you might pull out a male end out of the female, and then you'll lose a strand of lights, and it'll be difficult to figure out why, and you'll give yourself a little heartache. So that little wrap there prevents that. Well, this is how you decorate an evergreen tree. For more information, you can visit thechristmasguy.com, or feel free to call or text us at 518-712-XMIS. That's 518-712-9627. This is Matt with the Christmas Guys. See you soon, and Merry Christmas.